Hello, everyone. Good morning. Ooh, and that freaking figure, as soon as you sit there and start a Periscope, somebody tries to call. My name's David Vaughan. Good morning. Welcome to this morning's Scope Q&A. So I was watching another live cast session, actually, on Meerkat the other day, and there were some very interesting questions. Actually, the other day, I mean yesterday, and there were some interesting questions. So, one of the questions that I heard and I thought about myself was, "What questions do you hate the most when you're on Periscope?" Good morning, Thrive with Sarah. Welcome. Thanks for showing up. My name's David Vaughan. I am the Entrepreneur's Geek, and I am here this morning with a little bit of a raspy voice, doing a morning scope Q&A, wanting to know from you, what questions do you hate to see? Hey, I saw you show up, Kimberly. Good morning. I'm glad to see that you're here. Kimberly, if everyone doesn't know, is an awesome individual for website creation. And make sure you follow her. She's brand new to Periscope. So anyway, I thought I'd do a real quick morning scope Q&A and see if I could find out from others and hopefully gain some traction, some interaction, some engagement, and find out from you what it is, what questions do you hate to see frequently on Periscope. And doesn't have to limit. You don't have to limit it to Periscope. You can sit there. What questions do you hate? I would love to know. And also, I'd love to know where you're Periscoping from. I know where Kimberly's from. But where's everybody else watching from? Where are you Periscoping from? Thanks for joining up. So I'll start. So questions that I hate. CT Connecticut. Welcome. Elm City Web. Is that right? Did I see that right? Nice. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. So I'll start it off. So as with anything visual and involving a female, Southwest North Carolina, outside Asheville. Nice. Beautiful country up there in the mountains. Love our North Carolina mountains. So anyway, so questions that I hate to see are derogatory questions, and especially towards females. I just, sometimes it's just really inappropriate, and unfortunately, it's just another area that I see that, and I hate seeing them pop up. I think it's irrelevant and has nothing to do with it, unless and one that I just love to see pop up. And I'm being facetious. I hate seeing this one. Show me the tits. I can't stand seeing that. I think that's just dumb. Hey, welcome everyone. My name's David Vaughan. So you know what? That's probably it's not really a question. It's more of a request, I guess, or something like that. But you know what? Grow up. Ooh, that sun is like, that's kind of cool. I have like this spotlight. So anyway, yeah, really. I mean, and it's kind of like with anything else. I mean, it's just, there goes the equality measure right down the drain. You hate when people ask to turn the camera around. Okay, all right, yep. Sometimes when I'm doing the Periscope session and I want to be on the camera because it's me talking about something. When I'm scoping nature or something cool. Oh, okay, so you're actually the reverse. So see, I get it a lot of times where it's on me and people go, turn the camera around. I want to see what you're looking at. Okay, well, if I'm doing a scope session for that, then that's something that I would think would be relevant. But if it's not, if it's me, if I'm doing this, that sun is just really cool. If it's bothering you guys, if that glare is like bothering you, let me know. But I think it's kind of cool. It looks really, and that was completely unplanned. So you hate when, okay. It's kind of like, it's interactivity, it's engagement, and I understand that type of stuff. But if you're actually showing something of worth, yeah, I could see that. I just want to know whether or not to say open boobs. Are you planning the next Disney trip? Yes, I am planning the next Disney trip. The next Disney trip, though, is going to happen probably spring of 2016. There was some brief chat with a coworker yesterday who was actually just left Disney World. He was there for 14 days with his family. There was brief chat about the hair is doing something really funky this morning. Um, there was brief chat about Christmas, and I don't think that's going to happen. So it's like the busiest time of the year to go to Walt Disney World. So anyway, so yeah, that's good. A couple of questions. Glad that that popped up. Um, Most other questions are a-okay in my book. And this doesn't have to be limited to Periscope. I mean, if there are questions questions that you have in anything in business related or social media or anything of that nature, just common questions either you see that you find distracting, because a lot of the questions, they may not come up to me, but I do see them pop up in others' content creation, and so a lot of times I find it irrelevant. You don't like it when people say, "How much do you make?" Okay, yeah, I can understand that. Um, unless you're doing something that's relevant about uh, how much you make, yeah. But sometimes, I guess a lot of times people are like, well, as an entrepreneur or as a sidepreneur, because I'm a sidepreneur still, advertising revenue up or down. Um, okay. Um, as a sidepreneur and doing things, see, I get to work from home, even with my employer, I get to work from home. Um, and there's still so much of a corporate world, mentality, or people just, they have to leave their home, go to a job. They don't like their job. They see us on film, or are reading our articles, or looking at our posts online, or whatever, or Facebook or Twitter, and they see us and they hear us, and they're like, they're jealous maybe, or they're interested to know, they want that, they have a desire. And so, but they maybe sit there and go, well, is it really worth it? Do I look like I'm having a great time, and I boast about being a successful sidepreneur, entrepreneur, whatever, and I live in a tin shack and my car just got repoed. I don't know. So, but yeah, I've gotten that question a lot myself. I've gotten it to where it's like, that's not what I'm talking about. Um, and coming up with the general answer, you don't want to be snide about it, but I don't want to feed into it either. So, and that's a big thing about online, I think, is that, you know, even with questions that you hate seeing, questions that you don't like answering, sometimes people are just trolling. When they're trolling, they're just looking to goat you and get a response and get a rise out of you. And remember, everything on the internet is forever. Somebody can always be recording or screenshotting or something like that. And there's no rule book. There's no guide that sits there and says, this is the time when you sit there and engage, and this is the time when you don't. Um, do what feels right to you, and you just have to sit there and figure out what's going on. Thank you, everyone, for the hearts. I appreciate all the hearts, by the way. And again, my name is David Vaughan. Oh, I'll get a little pop-up that popped up. My name is David Vaughan. I am the Entrepreneur's Geek. And I was just doing a real quick scope session this morning about questions that you hate when you're on Periscope, whether it's your Periscope session or you're in other people's Periscope sessions. And you know what? I'm not limiting it to Periscope. So if you do Meerkat, or if you do blogs, or have a fan page on Facebook or anything like that, and they're just typical questions that you hate, I'm interested to know what questions that you hate. Why? Well, because my viewpoint is mine, but I try to help as much as I possibly can, and maybe I can provide some insight, or maybe I can provide an alternative or a solution, or maybe I can just sit there and listen to you talk about it. And so that's what I want to do sometimes. A lot of times. That's what I like to do. Anyway, it's a beautiful morning in North Carolina, which is where I am. The sun is not shining through like it was before, where it looked really cool. The skies have cleared up. It's now nice and blue, and not cloudy overcast. And today's not supposed to be very, drives you crazy on parody. Give content. Yeah. 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 They go through so quickly. And that's what, good morning, Florida. Welcome. Thank you for joining. I can agree with that, especially if you get into a Periscope session that's got a ton of people in it. And it doesn't take much. I mean, at 15 people, you all could sit there and start chatting away like crazy and commenting, and they would just fly by. And it's really hard to catch up. And so, the best thing that you can do is probably what you've already been doing. Try and catch what it is. Try and pick the questions that you feel you can answer in the most educated way or in the most authoritative way. And, just kind of keep on going on. If people really want their question answered, trust me, they will ask it multiple times. And that's a good thing. This isn't your service. It's a service that you're using, and they should be very aware and understand that, stuff goes flying by. And Periscope does limit the amount of people that are able to chat and engage on the Periscope session. So I think it's pretty much capped like it at 100. Man, my hair is just vanity. First world problems, right? I don't know what it was doing this morning. That's my hair. I have very curly hair. Of course, you can't really tell that right now because it's short because it's summer. But I got used to it very early on when I was young, that my hair's going to do what it wants to do, and I just have to agree with it. Makes for a much happier relationship between me and my hair. Ooh, and I just did a OCD moment, so I completely forgot the last thing I was talking about. Oh, I was talking about capping. I think for most of us, it's capped at, in a session, so if I had 100 or 100 plus people, I think it's capped at the first 100 that come in, and then as people drop off, it kind of, the next person that was in line is able to chat and everything like that. Now, I have seen sessions where it's been more people, and more people have been able to chat in that session. But I think Periscope kind of monitors a little bit. It's reserved for who they figure are celebrities or great content creators on Periscope. So my name's David Vaughan, by the way, and I am the Entrepreneur's Geek. If you're not following me, please make sure to follow. And thank you for all the hearts. I appreciate everyone that's been providing them. I love getting the hearts. And you know what? I don't want to just close this off to me. So, comment in here and speak up and, let people know, hey, you can follow everyone else that's in here as well. If you don't know how to follow somebody that's chatting in the session, as their name pops up, either as they've joined or if they comment or something like that, you can simply tap on it and you'll get a little pop-up. It says view profile, and I think also now it says that you can actually just follow right from that pop-up. But if not, you can view their profile real quick, and you can click on follow for them as well. For me, myself, if you want to follow me, you can just swipe to the right. If you're on an iOS device, or if you're on Android, you swipe from the bottom up. Tap on my name, and or tap on my picture. It is a nice day. And I think it's going to be a wonderful day. Low humidity, hopefully. But anyway, just tap on my picture and you can select follow me, and I appreciate it and love you all for following me. But getting back to the day, it is going to be a gorgeous day, I hope. Low humidity, hopefully. And temperature is going to be below 90. And in North Carolina in mid-July, that's saying something. One thing about North Carolina and weather that you can count on is if you're got to run. See you later, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it, and look forward to seeing some more sessions with you. Thank you for the hearts. In North Carolina, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes. That's what they say. That's not literal. And it'll change. And trust me, that happens quite a bit. You can just never guess. You could have a beautifully blue sky, sunny weather. You can hear the birds. Yeah, they were making a big racket earlier. A couple of mockingbirds and some squirrels, they were going at it. I think there was probably a crow or something that was around. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. So anyway, if there are any other questions or anything, my Twitter handle, which is I am David Vaughan, is in my profile for Periscope because it's different than my Periscope Twitter handle, because I started off Periscope with the Twitter handle, and then I decided I wanted to change my Twitter handle, and I went and changed my Twitter handle, and Periscope didn't change, and then I found out Periscope won't change, and it was just a big mess. I did the same thing on Meerkat, and Meerkat support was a little bit nicer. They were like, well, we'll just reset your account. Basically, I'd lose everything that I had built up in Meerkat, and I was like, okay, that's fine. Because I was new anyway on Meerkat. I hadn't been on it long, hadn't gained much of a following or anything of that nature, so I really wasn't too concerned over it. And I really didn't lose that much except for the people that I was following and the amount of followers that I had. So, but that's okay. So anything else? I know this session's running a little longer than the average that I say a session should go, which if you don't know, typically Periscope session's pretty good about 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, depending on what's going on, but you really start to lose interest in everything from everyone, unless it's a very engaging session, but even then, it depends. So I know this one's running a little bit long. Thank you for the hearts. So unless there are other questions, or you can tweet them to me later on, please do. I'll look to reply to you if you do. My name is David Vaughan. I am the Entrepreneur's Geek. Follow me if you're not following me. Thank you for all the hearts, and I'm going to go ahead and end this session right now. Thanks a lot. Everyone have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night, no matter where you are, and I will see you again soon. Look out for some more Periscope sessions. You're welcome, Kimberly. Thank you. Bye-bye.